Folk Wrestling back with another video here. It's ranking every single match for No Surrender 2007. We had 8 matches, and a unique thing about this video is every match was actually alright, slash good, slash great. Normally you get cards that are very consistently up and down. Well, this was a very consistent card, but we have to kick off with the worst match. And the worst match in this regard was Team Pac-Man taking on Sting and Angle for the tag titles. Now, it was definitely, like one of the shorter matches on the card, but it had a really good twist where you had Karen Angle getting involved, and then it looked like Sting had pushed her or slapped her off the apron or whatever. That's what Kurt Angle was led to believe. He then re-enters the ring after carrying to his wife, hits the Olympic slam on Sting, and then Team Pac-Man pick up the win. So of course this whole pay-per-view centre around that Kurt Angle is defending 3 titles tonight. And at his first go, the opener of the show, he loses title numero uno here, which was intriguing. But yeah, and we see R-Truth and Pac-Man pick up the win. Coming in at number 7 though, we have Robert Roode versus Kazarian. Another good match. I mean, I never really rated Kazarian. I mean, I think Kazarian and Daniels made it alright for a good team, but like they are kind of just glorified indie guys. I mean, what's the difference between Frankie Kazarian and like Kenny Omega and all those other indie bums? Good match here nonetheless. But the feud with Miss Testmaker and all that was pretty decent as well, and all that good stuff. But yeah, Robert Roode here, good to see him pick up the W. But then we have the tag title turmoil with some great tag team matches in this, but I think once you've seen one of these, you've seen them all. I feel like WWE did a really good job in like the late 90s, early 2000s, like pushing these matches through. I feel like at that point, when you had stacked tag divisions, Edge and Christian, the Dudleys, DX, the Hardys, APA, all these teams, X Factor, damn it, Billy and Chuck, 3-minute warning. The Headbangers, Al Snow, Head Cheese, all these different things. This was good. We had Top Go and AJ Styles win, but they almost kind of made it blatantly obvious that these two were going to win it, even though this was still a very star-studded tag team match. But yeah, comes in here at number 6. And almost at the halfway mark, we have, well, I guess it kind of is the halfway mark. Essentially, the next one is as well. We have Black Rain here taking on America's Most Wanted, Chris Harris, in a pretty good match actually. I mean, the only match that had like a no disqualification clause in it. I mean, there was a rat used here at one point. I mean, Black Rain, aka Goldust, aka Dustin Reynolds. I mean, he was a bit of a fat bastard in his time, but good match from him. I mean, I never really disappointed in a match here, especially in TNA, but this whole gimmick, he was more the hardcore side of things, so pretty entertaining match, and I really liked the spot with the rat, and Big Earl Hebner looking good as well. But it comes in here at number 5, of course, Black Rain picking up the victory. Coming in at number 4 is Kurt Angle taking out the Monster, Abyss. Good match. It was a decent way to end the show. Kurt Angle, of course, retains here, but I mean, did it kind of make Abyss look weak? Maybe. I mean, you could say it's Angle's 3rd match. He's coming up against his by far hardest opponent, and he kind of like dominates him. Like, I mean, they were going for like the speed and the technical aspect of Angle just against the brute force and power of Abyss, but I don't know. I do feel like Abyss came off a little bit weak in this, but again, it's a really good match. Angle, of course, working the legs like he does. Angle and TNA, like I mentioned in the review, they made him feel like an absolute megastar. No one could tell me that Kurt Angle did not feel big in TNA. Although I know a lot of people like to bury TNA, but TNA did a lot of great shit. Fucking TNA around this time period compared to now in wrestling is light years ahead. So no one can bury it that much. But Angle works the leg. Abyss doesn't really tell. He kind of just gives up. And that's it. Kurt Angle retains. But in terms of the 3 Kurt Angle matches, this one ranks in the middle, so I guess you can kind of tell which one's left. Oh hell yeah. Next up though, we have James Storm, the Cowboy. James Storm taking on Rhino. Down and the Man Beast. And this was a good match. Rhino, I mean, they kind of hyped up like a return from this guy, and Rhino versus James Storm definitely did not disappoint. Another guy very underrated in TNA was Rhino, of course, and they were kind of at this stage. I mean, beer money wasn't really a thing. American Most Wanted, of course. I know James Storm kind of just came into it, so it's interesting to see how this thing kind of came about. But it's good seeing all these, like even Chris Harris, James Storm, and like Robert Roode have all these singles matches. But I guess sadly for James Storm, Jackie may have been at his side, but he still lost. Coming in at second place though, we have another star in TNA, Christian Cage, taking on Samoa Joe. Weird backstory for this match, but the match was still good, even if it did end by disqualification. Cage had only been beaten in a couple of matches. He had never been pinned and submitted, so he'd only been beaten like King of the Mountains in the First Blood matches that shows in the main event title package. But yeah, Christian defeats Samoa Joe. It just felt like a massive match. Disappointed it ended by DQ, but it makes sense because it protects both of them and all that good stuff. But coming in at number one, if you do not know, well, you're going to find out right about now. It was Jay Lethal versus Kurt Angle for the X Division Championship. Like I said in the review, guys, one of the best matches from the X Division. It's a very good match here between Jay Lethal and Angle, and it's very surprising ending because Jay Lethal actually beats Angle, but at the same time, once Angle loses the tag titles and the X Division Championship, you kind of guess that he's going to lose. He's going to win the world title in the main event. So I guess maybe that's like a few points away for this match, but from the match itself, can't really take too much away from it. But yeah, he loses 2 titles out of 3, and he still comes out looking like an absolute champ. MVP of the show, obviously Kurt Angle. The guy had 3 fucking matches, but besides him, who would I give it to? Christian. Christian, good match with Joe, good backstage promos, but that is it. Every match from No Surrender 2007 has been ranked, and until next time, guys, leave your thoughts down below, and peace.